you all for joining us tonight at the annual Mother Seton Academy Wine Harvest. Things are a little bit different this year, but isn't that the theme of 2020? We're learning to look at the world in new eyes, and we're hoping to share that vision of Mother Seton Academy with you tonight. I hope that you can come to know what we're celebrating tonight is making a difference in the lives of our children. We've been blessed in several ways. First and foremost, there are prayer partners, our bastion of prayerful spirituality. But also, we've drawn board members from the people of St. Anne's. We have shared our facilities. We go over there for prayer services and our graduation ceremony. They use our assembly hall for their parish gatherings. Together, we form a sign of hope in the broader community. Together, we make an anchor of faith.
St. Anne Parish, I'll start with the very, very beginning. Long ago, there was a captain of a clipper ship. The Wanderer was a clipper ship from Baltimore, and he and his crew were trapped in a storm off of Veracruz long ago, years ago. And the story goes that Captain Kennedy, he dropped his anchor and prayed that if his anchor would hold, he would build a church in honor to God. And lo and behold, the anchor held. He was able to get his crew back to shore safely, and he came back to Baltimore and laid the cornerstone for what you have here at St. Anne Catholic Church. That anchor right out there is the anchor that held Captain William Kennedy's ship. And everyone comes back and they have a story. They say, "Hey, St. Anne, did you go to St. Anne?" And they say, "Yeah." And they say, "Oh, wow, that's the one with the anchor out front." So there's a long history with that anchor. Everyone knows that anchor. When they see that anchor, they know the history of St. Anne. A lot of people knock on this front door and they say, "Hey, how's the school doing?" I remember going to school back years ago, and I get maybe one or two people a week that come by and ask that question. And there's a lot of history within the community here. A lot of the people that attended that school love that school, and they ask about it. Mother Seton Academy does so much within the community. The kids there are just an amazing, I would say, fruit, because they're like the harvest. So with the kids attending the school there, Mother Seton Academy has a great program for them, where they're not just leaders in their families or the community, but they actually are being taught to make their own footprint in the world, make their voices heard in the world. And so those that have already gone to St. Anne's School and have walked by and see that the school has turned into what it is now, they are proud to see that even though the school closed down back in the 1970s, that it's back alive and they're doing great things within the community here. During Lent, I'm always ready for the phone call from some of the leaders that are over there that ask, "Can we come by and hold Stations of the Cross?" And just to see the kids come by and just when they walk into the doors of the church, just to look around and all, and see the history, the stained glass windows, the candles, and they take in that quietness that they first absorb when they walk in. And for them, I know something touches them deep inside. And for me, it's the same thing. Just to get a phone call every now and then from Sister Peggy. She calls and just says, "How is your heart? How are things going over there with the Christian Overseas?" And it's just a phone call. We all need that. She says with every phone call, "Hey, we'll be praying for you, and we ask that you continue to pray for us." So we know that there's a spirituality there. It's a good honor for us. Anything that we do with Mother Seton Academy is always a blessing for us. They're like family, and so we are honored, and we thank Mother Seton Academy for so much that they do for us in this community.
biggest thing that struck me when I became a teacher here was the incredible sense of community among both the students and the staff. We are a small school, everyone knows each other so well. I can tell you where every single one of my students stands on any math concept in any of my classes because I get that time with them. I can also tell you the music they like, the sports they play. I can tell you the book that they're reading right now. We have a closeness among us at both the faculty and staff level and the student level that creates relationships that both make this a happy place to just come every day, but also really create the ingredients needed for effective learning.
When you have a student who's here with such a small community of teachers around them and a small class community, I think it really, I think everyone feels seen. You cannot hide at Mother Seton Academy. We will find you and we will help you.
Do I think Mother Seton Academy builds a sense of community? Most definitely. This is my 6th year here at Mother Seton, and this is home. And a lot of our students, the majority of our students, feel the same way. They come back, they visit, they participate in graduate activities that the Graduate Support Department puts together. So this is always home and always a community for them, long after they've finished middle school.
Mother Seton Academy is incredibly special because of the community that we have and the relationships that students can build with each other and with every administrator or adult in the building that they interact with. Truly, I've never been in a situation in which a classroom felt more like a family than I am here at Mother Seton.
If I were to pick out one, that would be extremely difficult. But I can think of when I first came to Mother Seton Academy and I met a class, an 8th grade class, that I didn't know because I hadn't been here. I would have received them had I stayed at the high school where I was working, but I didn't know them at all. And they were the seniors in the building. And typically seniors in a building tend to believe that the building is theirs. And what I remember from that first year is that the students were very welcoming. They were eager to hear what I had to say. They were very respectful and they were very cooperative. So the one thing that I can remember that sticks with me is the welcoming that I got that first year from the 8th graders. I got it from all the students, but it's particularly important when an 8th grade class or senior class welcomes you in that way because it shows you that during their 3 years at Mother Seton Academy, they certainly did develop that sense of community and that sense of love. Because rather than try to defend their turf, they welcomed a complete stranger into their community and made me feel at home. Since then, all the students have done that. That one sticks out to me because these were not students that I knew. They didn't have to be that way, but they were that way from day one, all the way until the end.
My overall impression of Mother Seton Academy is a school that you are loved and they really care for you. Great education.
My overall impression of Mother Seton Academy is family. From what, 10 years ago to the present, it's still family oriented. I like the way we do programs to incorporate family. I like how the classroom size is small, where the students can get individualized instruction. I like that every student is known by name, not just a number in a building. I like that the teachers have a vested outlook for each child to succeed. So that's.
I wanted to go to Mother Seton because it seemed
very comfortable, and it just seemed like it was right for me because it did have religion, and I felt like that was a subject that I could like use help on a little bit, and it can help me like throughout the whole entire school day. And the classes, they were challenging, which I liked because I could learn more, understand more, and the teachers are very nice, and the classes are like a very good size.
I think hers has changed tremendously. I have definitely seen the growth in her. I've seen her taking more initiative for her grades and things that she needs to be responsible. And she's matured so much that sometimes I have to look at her when she doesn't even know I'm looking. What I thought was different about Mother Seton Academy is definitely the class sizes is a plus, as well as the school came off as being more family oriented. Dr. Sucre came off as being more of a father figure to the kids. He's concerned about the kids, not just, as far as schoolwork, but just overall. And I was really impressed by that.
The biggest changes, this has been from my other schools, is that I have gained a lot of respect for myself as well as the others around me. And I feel as though I get along with people more, and I'm more nice than I was before because I feel welcome and I feel like I actually belong, and I'm less distracted.
I don't know if she would have gotten this experience anywhere else. I always tell her that Mother Seton does not set you up for failure. They set you up for success. So again, I've seen so much growth in her that is truly amazing, and I have to accredit it to Mother Seton Academy. She is definitely blossoming.
I felt that they really had a good care of the kids. That's why we were really interested in Mother Seton Academy. We came down one evening to see the kids in some type of program where they were pretty much in a contest of reciting history, spelling, speaking in Spanish, and they were just so impressive. And I'm thinking, these are just 6th and 7th graders, and even 8th graders. So getting my son to be part of that was very hopeful, and we were glad that he became part of the Mother Seton Academy. My son went to Loyola Blakefield after leaving Mother Seton Academy, and he did receive a full scholarship, which we were so blessed to have received. My daughter did attend Mother Seton Academy. She attended Mother Seton Academy when the first year it moved here to 2215 Greenmount Avenue. And she was the first graduating class from Mother Seton Academy here at Greenmount Avenue. She went on, after leaving here, she went to Seton Keough. And that was a blessing for her to attend Seton Keough, even though they closed the year after she left. But she really liked the experience of Seton Keough.
I first heard about Mother Seton Academy when my 21-year-old now came here and graduated from here. I knew that it was a very good school, and I wanted the opportunity for Stephanie. So her sister is in her last year of college at Morgan State. She wanted to be a psychiatrist for children.
My overall impression with Mother Seton has been it's an amazing school, and they really work hard, especially in COVID and everything. They really work hard to push us past our limits and past anything, because they know we can do far more than what we sometimes try to apply ourselves.
Mother Seton Academy is different from other schools because they truly care about their students. They truly care about the parents, and They're involved in their life. One thing that I really love about Mother Seton is that they push them to their limit here. But even when they leave here, they still check on them. They still make sure if they have any concerns or something to talk about that they can help them with. They still help them, although they have left the school. And to me, that's a family that's always there that you know you can depend on. So it's not just 3 years of middle school, it's a lifetime with Mother Seton, and that's how I look at it.
They have surpassed my expectations. They have done far more than I could have ever imagined.
The smaller classroom sizes has been awesome. That's one thing that I admire. And with COVID, before COVID came, the smaller classroom sizes help the kids so that the teacher can really pay attention to help and find out who needs more help, who already understands so that they can surpass where they belong, and everybody stays together. You meet lifelong friends, but it's not so many kids in here that you can't move, that you can't breathe. And that's why when COVID came, you miss your friends, you missed everything. Being at home with your family is good. It kept you safe, but you also missed your friends so much. And it's not big class sizes, so you have friends. And online is so different than being in the building. It really is. So what I really loved about Mother Seton is that they took control of it when it first started. They made sure they didn't stop their education. They thought they was going to stop their education, and they was happy about that for a minute. But Mother Seton didn't. They continued with their education just like they was here in the building. They gave them a time limit that they needed to be on there, and they had everything like they never had left the building. It's just that they was home, and I love that. They didn't give a delay. They didn't change anything. Their expectations in the building was the same at home, and I love that.
I was really excited when I found out I was going to be going here. I was like shouting and screaming because I found out. It's been really challenging because I just came from elementary, and this isn't like any elementary school, but it's really good too. I think the teachers are really nice and they like to challenge us a lot.
Background is that I came from Peru originally and then moved to Baltimore back in '01. I'm a graduate of Mother Seton Academy, graduated in 2007, then went off to Mount St. Joe, graduated there in 2011. Right after that, I got a degree in finance in LaSalle University. I graduated there 2015, and now I work in the healthcare sector, specifically pharmaceutical. So I do commercial strategy work there for AmerisourceBergen. Coming into Mother Seton, they expect a lot from you, and it's great because it actually pushes you to try to achieve more and more. Being in a communal setting, Mother Seton Academy is a very tight-knit family. Everybody teaches, self-responsibility and respect, and so you really do get to know your classmates. You really learn about their lives, and it's a community, really. I think that for the type of class setting that Mother Seton has, it does a really good job at trying to teach you just more than coursework. It really does teach you how to appreciate really the academic setting that you're in, and it teaches you to appreciate one another. The biggest impact for me that Mother Seton instilled on me was really the course about ethics. That actually has given me a structure in life and really given me the tools I need to not only progress outside of the schools, not only be in a school setting, but progress outside of the school setting as well. They taught you everything from how to interview, which is, you don't think about it as much when you're that age, but once you start interviewing for high schools, you start interviewing For colleges, you start interviewing for jobs. It becomes really, really helpful. And then you quickly find out that not many people are taught from a very young age these skills. So that puts you at an advantage. I think that class had the biggest single impact in my life at a very young age. So graduate support really helped me. They maintain in contact with me. They formed a relationship with me outside of just my tenure in Mother Seton Academy. They really try to get me involved with activities that were going on here and any news that were happening within the school. So yeah, you feel a lot of support even after your 3 years here. So I really appreciated that. What made me want to become a board member of Mother Seton Academy was to carry the torch of the people who were here before me. Like I mentioned, Mother Seton Academy has had a huge impact in my life from a very early start, and I want to be able to have that impact on somebody else. I think that kids deserve a great education and life skills that they'll be able to use anywhere, not just in the school setting. So I'm extremely proud to call myself a board member of such an institution that's made such a huge impact in my life.
I would just want to thank them for everything that they do, because they definitely don't have to do this. And since they're doing this, we have to put in our best effort so they know that their money is being appreciated.
And if I could say something to the supporters, I would say thank you as well. Because to go to a Catholic school is very, very expensive. And I know for a fact because I went to one, and from elementary to high school. So I know the strain it put on my mother to keep me in a Catholic school. So just to have that blessing to being able to have him to be able to go to a Catholic school and to pay the minimal fee, because donors have gave scholarships so that he can get a good education, is really, really appreciated. So that's what I would say. Thank you.
If I could say one thing to the supporters of Mother Seton, well, I might have to make it two things. So number one, I would say thank you. I feel so blessed to be a part of this community. I know how many resources it takes to make a school like this function. It's a really special place to be a part of. So I am grateful for the opportunity to be here, to serve these students, to get to know them, and to support our school's mission. The second thing I would say is just continue believing in this school. There are great things happening here, and we can only keep moving up. There's more that can be done. We have a great staff that has the ideas to really continue taking our school to the next level. We have students that are ready to be pushed higher and higher. So continued support is only gonna help this school grow to be even more impactful than it is today.
Thank you so much, because without the what's the word? Friendship or
Assistance.
yes, assistance. We wouldn't have been here, and we would have been like so confused. But now it's just like we feel like we have love from even the people that we don't know.
If I could say anything to the donors, I too would say thank you so much for pouring into our future. You don't know how much the things that you do or what you put into the school, how it impacts the children. You know, not only does it impact the children, it also impacts the families. And so for that, I am very grateful
you know, and I just pray blessings upon you and your family as well.
That I appreciate, you donating to the kids. That way that they can get an education, whereas the parents don't have to come out of pocket a lot to pay for it. I think it's very generous, first of all. And I would like to see them continuing to do this so other kids will have the same opportunities.
Oh, that's good.
If I could tell supporters one thing about Mother Seton Academy, it would be that when they support Mother Seton, they have a direct hand in producing students and supporting staff that will then move on to directly influence the community around them. The greatest way to change complicated things that we may want to change in the world is by influencing the education system. Because right now we are building future congressmen and congresswomen, and we are building young children to believe that they can do quite literally anything, whether it's designing fantastic hairstyles or creating nanotechnology that will allow people who can't walk the ability to walk again. So when you support Mother Seton Academy, you are directly supporting young men and women who are going to go on and change the world.
We love you, and we see that you love Mother Seton Academy, its mission, and the children that are blessed, and many of them go on to be great people and that also bless their community and others.
If I can say one thing to supporters, please don't stop supporting us. We need your help now more than ever. I know things may be challenging for you as a donor or a supporter, but please don't stop giving, because the work that is being done here is good work.
Thank you for supporting the school. All the kids, especially mine, I know for sure, appreciate all that you do. Please don't stop because of COVID. I know that it's hurting a whole lot of people, but I will tell you to continue, because these kids are our future, and the education that you're giving them, they appreciate, and as well as the parents. Truly, thank you.
I would have to go on what you said. Thank you so much for everything you do for us, and we really appreciate it. We're really thankful.
One thing that I could say to the donors and supporters is just you are making such an incredible impact, whether you know it or not, or you feel it or not. You're making a great, tremendous impact on the early lives of people. I think that Mother Seton Academy is a great school, and it does more than just teach you about subjects like history or math. I think it teaches you about responsibility. It teaches you about confidence. It teaches you many things that you will be able to take into your future. So whether you know it or not, I hope that I can bring a message across in saying that you are doing a tremendous work just by helping out the school.